Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi. And let me shorten by observing all protocols that are present here today. Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by asking my colleagues, the elected representatives, wherever place you are seated, please arise so that we can introduce or we can recognize you.
Luara makanta kola akura alo Southern Sudan, Uganda, Kenya.
Your Excellency, tuwapigie makofi. Asante.
Thank you.
These representatives, elected representatives, are from Turkana County, that is Kenya, Uganda, and South Sudan. But in the peace caravan, almost all of them are delegates. Apart from myself and my colleague, Honorable Nabuin, who have just joined the caravan today. And that tells you that we, as a leadership elected, have been in this process, support this process, and would wish to see it come to its logical conclusion, serve the intended purpose. Allow me to just make a few remarks on behalf of that leadership. First and foremost, that the idea that we can have this peace caravan benchmark all the way from the Tri-Junction, where the Tri-Junction is the place where Kenya, Uganda, and South Sudan meet, was so noble. We have been pushing that we get our communities come and see what it means to live in peace. And this is so good. Let me speak. I can even translate for this, my colleagues, because we speak the same language, all of us. Na edhinga tuwa lukang. Lua Sudan ngatoposa. Ngatunga Uganda ang Turkana luya kazineke. Na wala nyanga na bena lemu nga rupiay. Na wala nyanga na bena lemu yaw ni nga krono atamar kia uneze mpaka nege. Kung walikiza nga krono so basi alopaka a Kenya ka Tanzania. Ni mama ejie, ni mama ngurungur. Ni aranga kra ebesara ngezi fanyo. Anikus je kinte nga krono korea galaka nga krono. To yenata marani bongete ngakron ngezi yaretes kono dikize ngotunga luimia keveve na kwa kukama atamar matia kisel ngezi kusubakina wana ngakrona kisaki matia kisel ngezi kiendelea wana kufanya wana maendeleo nibe nilo sasa ama nibe ne emchuruzona ngbaran korini walnagina ngbaran KMC ntokona yanyo kanege ngakrongo na ngezi azakata yazan moibo ignozi moina tapara chikaraka kena kidha ngakrongo na tutuko kidha apei kena kineze da ngakrongo na logerulo yakatare na lupna che na akop. Your Excellency, I'm only saying to the communities that it is such a privilege that we have partners, governments, being ready to give our people a new look to things. And by bringing them out to this border point, they are able to experience what it means to live in peace, do business together without having to fight, without having to miss school, without having to carry guns, because that is the culture that obtains where they come from, just because of the imaginary boundaries that we have, which have become actually bottlenecks to our development. And so as elected leaders, we will support this process. And that is why we are here. And that is why we will want to work hand in hand with all those institutions that are working on this program. Your Excellency, let Kenya government look at us from Turkana particularly in a new view, with a new idea that we want to move with the rest of the country. And I am sure Even Uganda and South Sudan would like to see their people coming up and getting this development which our brother here, the business community chairman, has been describing. That is not what obtains in Lokichogio and Adapal area. That is not what obtains along the Uganda stretch of border with Kenya and Uganda. And yet that is the way we should go in this current century. Otherwise, chief guest, I do not want to say much other than to appreciate East African Community Secretariat. You've shown to be true friends in this process, having to come and mediate something that was almost going out of hands for us, particularly in Nadapal area. I know the area you are describing was Nadapal when you are saying here what was happening in the borders. Kibo office, the Kenya International Boundaries Office, thank you just and your team. We know how difficult it is. And the government generally for giving us, being patient with us and listening to us even as things were going difficult. There were times when it went completely quiet until we were wondering whether we'll bring it up again. But now here we are. Please let us bring it to a logical conclusion. Let us get to the last point where we will have our borders demarcated and our communities working together. And we will ask our donors not to give up on us, even if there are skirmishes here and there. The support we need, the KMCs, the road construction that needs to be to be finished is something that we would all yearn for, so that we can do business, and our people can be happy living together. With those few remarks, asanteni sana. May God bless you all.